Is Barbara Pravi a Zionist? Last week, we talked about the whole mess that the Eurovision Song Contest 2024 was. And just as things were starting to settle down, this week where I intended to highlight the best stagings, the best performances, the best looks, the best vocalists, talking about the good thing that happened this year, I saw on Twitter a little controversy concerning Barbara Pravi. For those who don't know who she is, the girl represented brilliantly France in 20. She won the second place, just behind Maneskin in Rotterdam. Since the contest ended, she has enjoyed a successful career in Europe and in France. Her first album performed very well in Europe and in France, and she was able to do a European tour. Barbara Pravi is one of the most popular artists in the Eurovision bubble and also in France, I guess. And actually, she is really starting to become a big name in the French music industry. Last Saturday, she appeared on the show Celebdo. The journalist asked her what she thought about the contest of 2024 and the performance of Slimane. For about 15 minutes, Barbara talked about various topics. But it was a short phrase, barely a minute long, that is making a lot of noise today on Twitter. It's an incredible strength to have dared to sing in front of the booth. I congratulate Eden Golan. The reactions on social media were insane after this. People were like, she betrayed us, she's no longer the second place of 2021, congratulations to John Tears and things like that, crazy stuff like that. And people really felt attacked by it. The problem is that she never said that. Dear friend, I'm afraid you have been misled. You don't speak French, and therefore you fell foolishly into the propaganda of France far right. You should know that currently in France, Islamophobia had never been more intense. And in this context, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict crystallizes patience in the country. Many fascists who advocate white supremacy, the war of civilizations, the return of a white and Christian France, and who have a lot of influence on social medias, do not hesitate to twist any phrases into a political subject. The supposedly Euro fans who retweeted and promoted the article of Le Figaro were known in the fandom as really white supremacist people. Also, the magazine Le Figaro, which headlined the little article that y'all are all retweeting all day long, an incredible strength to have dared to sing Barbara Pravi congratulates Eden Golan, Israel candidate for Eurovision. It's a far-right media outlet. All of this was relayed on Twitter by far-right activists and influencers. And since you don't speak French, you simply took their word as a gospel truth. So I speak French since I was born here, and also my mom is French, I'm French, so I will translate it to you. I was like, did my bitch say that? And I was like, no, I gotta watch the show. And when I watched the show, I was like, no, I gotta translate it to you because she never said that. Clearly, it's not like that. And I also want to specify that, yes, I am French, but I am also from Algerian origin. My father is from Algeria, and my father and my grandfather told me when I was a young kid how hard and all the horrors and the atrocities that the French army committed in Algeria during the 132 years of occupation and during the war of freedom of Algeria. They told me that they had to sacrifice 1.8 million of Algerian martyrs. So believe me, in this type of situation, and specifically on what is happening right now in Gaza, I will not tolerate any relativizations. And it's not because I'm French and I really like Barbara Pravi that I will try to minimize what she said or things like that. No, I'm not like that. I'm not this kind of person. I care about the truth and I love justice. And I don't like seeing someone harassed on social media and their followers for a statement taken out of context. So here's what Barbara actually said. I know it has been extremely difficult for all Jewish people, not just Eden, but also Tali, representative of Luxembourg. See, told ya. We've been telling you during all seasons, stop harassing and bullying Tali, because when people are going to see that Tali is being harassed just because she's Jewish, they are going to think that we are anti-Semites. That's on you. However, they are barely 20 years old and they received death threats. We don't realize the violence of this, specifically when it comes from multiple countries. Receiving a wave of hate on social network from your compatriots is already very difficult, but receiving a wave of hate from around the world is even more violent. It's an incredible strength to still go on stage and sing. I wouldn't have done it. That's it. She didn't congratulate her, she didn't say that she was wholeheartedly with her, she never said she was a Zionist, she never defended the propaganda of Benjamin Netanyahu in France, she never downplayed the crimes committed in Gaza right now. She has never been politicized about this subject. Like most, if not 95% of all international artists. Also, I saw things on Twitter, people, and when I said people, I said Zionist, who are like, yeah, she's on our side, she's Jewish like us. First of all, not all Jewish are Zionists. They are not all Zionists. I have a lot of Jewish friends who are protesting with me against the Israeli government right now. And no, she's not Jewish. Her grandmother was Jewish and her grandfather was from Algeria. She also has Serbian roots and French roots. So don't try to come up with your propaganda. Please stop. We don't need you. We don't need y'all. We need a safe space up in here. So now I have two questions for you. First, did she lie on her statement? Sorry to say it, but I, myself, said almost the same thing in my last video. And I was going really hard on Israel and the Israeli delegation. However, I've said on my video that what Eden has to go through during her week in Malmo was tough, and if I were her, I would have given up. That's exactly what she said. And I am openly pro-Palestinian. I would never have been able to get on stage with 15,000 people booing me. No value judgment, just facts. My second question is, are you going to harass everyone who doesn't have heavily insulted Jews or who isn't openly pro-Palestinian? You know, there's a difference between being anti-Zionist and anti-Semitic. It's not the same thing. Unfortunately, I feel like many people have forgotten this lately on Twitter and on the Eurofan space. When I protest in France, I do it with my Muslim brothers and sisters, my Jewish brothers and sisters, my Christians brothers and sisters, my atheist brothers and sisters. Aggressiveness doesn't help the cause, y'all. Gandhi and Martin Luther King are the best examples of this. Once you enter in a cycle of violence, the cause becomes inaudible. We must support Palestine. I see it with all of my heart and all of my strength. We have to support them. We must debate with Zionists and prove them that they are wrong. However, once we start becoming like them, violent verbally, physically, or on social networks, we lose all credibility. We are better than them. We are so much better than them. We don't have to act and have those horrible behavior that those people have. And again, I'm not saying Jewish people, I am saying Zionists. Because you also have white supremacist Zionists who are not Jewish at all. So that's all for today, guys. Just a quick video to talk about this subject and having the point of view of a French person who understands French. She praised that the fact that she had the guts to go on stage. She was like, I wouldn't do it. She did it. Props to her. And clearly props to her. She was crazy enough to do it. I kindly ask you to share this video as much as possible so that those fake news about Barbara Pravi can stop being spread all over Twitter. If you like my channel and my content, welcome. Subscribe, because I have a lot of content coming right now. One about Lazara and her kind of downfall since Eurovision 2023, and another one who I react and give my opinions on all the performance that we have this year. I send you all my love and I hope I get to see you very soon.